Welcome back to my channel. I'm Zipporah the Lux Angel, and today I am back with another tarot card reading. Please remember that these readings are timeless, general, and for entertainment purposes only. That means only listen to what directly applies to your personal situation, leave the rest for someone else. And by all means, please contact licensed professionals and/or the proper authorities regarding any mental, medical, legal, or financial emergencies and/or crises. That being said, let us begin. First things first, the handbag of the day is my beautiful Louis Vuitton Alma BB, and she will serve as today's vision board inspiration for all the abundance manifestors out there. If you'd like to see me styling my luxury capsule collection, you can check out the series I have here on YouTube called Battle of the Bags. All right, I am going to start by choosing the deck for your reading, and today I am going to go with the Tinseltown Tarot. Okay. What is it? Fifth Street Gift? Yeah, that's all it says at the bottom of this. I always like to give shout out to the deck creators. Although in the previous reading I forgot. I have this Oracle of the Roses that I did in the Aquarius reading. If you want to check that out, some might be relevant from that reading, from the Aquarius reading, in this reading for you. But this is the Oracle of the Roses by Sherilyn Darcy. I forgot to say the name, I think, in the last reading, but here we are. Let us do this. I'm going to shuffle. If you don't want to stay through the shuffling, I'll have a timestamp listed in the description box for you below. FYI for this reading, it could be related to this reading, like you might need to go back and do something you may have forgotten that might be relevant for some of you. It might come out in the reading, it might not, but it's usually relevant. Just FYI. All right, please and thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. Thank you, Spirit. Collective energy, please and thank you, Spirit. Collective energy, please and thank you, Spirit. Collective energies, please and thank you, Spirit. Collective energies, thank you, Spirit. What messages do we have for the collective? All right, we'll just do one more. All right, it goes down in Tinseltown. Let's see what we got here. As if on cue. It goes down in Tinseltown, and we're starting off with the Tower. All right, sudden realizations, things happening. What is this? What is this? Hold up for that to come out first. We have the Seven of Cups. Tower and the Seven of Cups. Someone is confused about this tower. Or bring it. Let me see here. We have the Three of Wands. And the Three of Swords. Oh, yeah, definitely go watch the Aquarius reading, because I think that this is like having something to do with it. Or maybe I'll post it with this reading. But it's like the Tower is in the first house. So it's like something shocking, some change going on with your visage, your physical appearance. And you might be confused as to the response you're getting from that. You may have thought that you would get, more suitors, more options, more friends, but there's heartbreak because that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. You may be getting enemies. You may be. We'll see here. Also, someone else could be feeling this way about you. You could have had a change, a makeover. Okay, this is the Tower in the first house, and could have had some sort of makeover. You could have had some work done, because that's Mars in the first house as well. And now you're getting more options, and someone is very sad about that. Like maybe y'all all used to be equal. You see how they're all together, all sitting in a row, right? Oh, we all look the same, right? And then but now one is standing out and getting all the options. Okay, so you could have done something to yourself that makes you stand out from the rest of your friend group, because this Three of Wands is in the third house, and it makes you sad because you can see that there is, you know, competition, but it also could make them sad. Like, this is the thing where it's like, oh, we can't take them anymore. They get all the attention. We got to go by ourselves. That type of energy where it's like now your physical appearance has put you on another level than your friend group. And that's what the sadness is. They're feeling sad about you and your glow up because you're now in another caliber or getting more attention than them. And then you could be feeling sad because that is the reaction and what is happening. And I was just talking about in the Aquarius reading where Aquarius was dealing with pretty punishment. People treating them a certain way because of their looks, like being envious and treating them bad. And in this case, this is just another like example of what can happen when someone glows up. You know, there's a saying, it's like your friends want you to do well as long as you're not doing better than them. And this is a situation where, yes, now you're clearly doing better than them, at least in this area of life. All right, let me see here. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Well, I'm saying where you worked really, really hard. You invested, okay, a lot in your appearance. So you either paid a lot or you worked really, really hard, or both. Okay, this is where you were making gains in the gym because she thick. Okay, she looked like she got a body, and is made in the gym. Like, you know, or, you know, it could have been thick in other ways too. Like I said, you could have had some work done. But so I'm saying you could have been making some gains in the gym. You could have got your body done. Whatever. You looking good though. You could have got some Botox. So she got the cheekbones popping, you know, I don't know. But whatever it is, it puts you in like a new caliber. This is where you turn into a baddie. Or you leveled up because she right here, she's very elegant and regal. So you could have just leveled up and now you look like you're in another social class where your friends look like, you know, they look good, but they don't look like they're in her like elite class. You know, they're a little more casual and dressed down. She's like getting new opportunities from higher caliber people type energy. And even she has on this first stole or whatnot. So yeah. Yeah, it could be something like that, where your looks put you in another caliber now. And that's a shock. It's like you had a transformation. Now, you know what? Everything, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I have so many planets in third house and Aquarius and Mercury or whatever, but it's just like the things that pop across my feed usually is like later on is coming up in a reading, because I've been watching readings about like people doing transformations and stuff, like not readings. I've been watching like body transformations and stuff like that. Just for inspiration. I don't know why I have been. I think it might be because this stuff is coming up. It's coming up in the collective. So heads up, this coming up in the collective. We might start seeing it more often. Because I've recently gone through my own transformation. Like, I transformed back into my pre-pregnancy weight. Like, this is what I looked like before I had children. But then, you know, I gained my happy weight, my marriage weight, you know, I had my 3 children, and then I had to lose it all because I was like, I was overweight. Okay. And so I've lost weight this year. I've lost like 40 pounds this year and gotten back into my like pre-pregnancy sizes and stuff like that. And so this might be something coming up for you all as well, or in the collective. Because I don't know, it's just been coming across my feed more often, like people having body weight transformations or getting back into the gym or finally losing the weight from childhood or all these things. And so that's why I'm saying this could be like something where you used to be what they call the duff, which is horrible. It's a horrible term, but this is what people say, the designated ugly fat friend or something like that. And now you're like, it's a shock. This is a tower. This is a drastic change. This is not just some little, oh, I put on lip gloss today. Oh, I finally did my hair. This is you changed a lot. So, and this is like a tragedy for those around you or for you, because sometimes I remember when I was in high school, there was a girl whom I was friends with, and she was very skinny when we were in high school. And she was always like looking at herself in the mirror and looking at her stomach and seeing if it still looked flat and all this stuff. And she would always like count her calories. Like if we were all snacking, she would only take a little bit and all this stuff. And I was just like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you so obsessed with your weight? And then I found out And it was because previously, like in middle school, she was very, very, very large. Like it was night and day, very large. And she did a lot of work, Seven of Pentacles, a lot of investing in getting that weight down. And she was in middle school and to high school. So from middle school to high school, she dropped a massive amount of weight. And so it was a very, very drastic change. And just think about that. That's investing because she had to do that. She didn't have surgery to do that. She had to do that all through dedication, hard work, not eating lots of junk, counting her calories, and she got that weight off as a young child. Now that I look back, like back when I was young, I was like, that's so weird. Like, why is she so obsessed with what she looks like? But now that I look back, I'm like, wow, she's amazing for her to be so young and to be that dedicated and get that done. But that's a sidebar. The point is, I remember her telling me, she was like, sometimes, at night, like I put my pillow under my stomach and like rub it. Cause it's like, she's so used to being in that bigger body. It was like a comfort for her. And so she's like, sometimes like I put the pillow in my stomach so I can just feel that body again. And so some of you might be going through that. It's like body dysmorphia. And that's what this Three of Swords could also be about, where it's just like, you got to where you want to be, but now it's like you're getting more attention. People are treating you differently and you just feel different in your body. You're not used to this. And so it's just like, that part just really stood out to me, that some of you might be going through that. So hang in there, also seek support if you need to, because yeah, like people don't really think about that. Like when you go through a drastic physical change, what it does to your psyche. I remember one girl in one of these videos I was watching talking about she thinks she has PTSD from like this change. She's like, can you imagine like going from like always being like picked on or like just all these things to now suddenly you're kind of like thrust into a spotlight. Like people used to never talk to you and now suddenly it's like you're on. You know what I mean? So it's like, be gentle with yourself. And some of you might be mourning your former self in a way. Even your body can, because just like when we go through changes with people we love or people we care about, or life changes, our body has to mourn the process. Our body has to process it as well. Well, your body just went through a major change and it has to process. So it's like things could come up as you release the former self that can cause tears and things like that. But I am seeing, like, I say all that to say also, like, I was bringing up childhood friends, and it's just like we're treating her differently. And she came to a school where with some of her friends who knew her from the past as well. And so just imagine where it's just like, whoa, you used to be like really big and now look at you. Like, I mean, she was fitting in the very, very small stuff at like Hollister and Abercrombie and all that stuff. Whereas before that would have never happened. I mean, I was shocked when I saw former pictures of her, and the fact that she was in middle school, and then when she first started high school, she was already that skinny. So it was a drastic change in a relatively short amount of time. And so some of you could be going through that where it's like, you're not used to this. And you're just like, I thought that I would feel so good, but it's kind of like a tower, because it's just like, I actually feel a little shitty. And you're like feeling a little, maybe there could be guilt a little bit. Like, it's like, why am I not grateful? What's wrong with me? Is there something wrong? There's nothing wrong with you. You went through a drastic change. And so, yes, it's going to take time to get used to, just like any other drastic change, like moving across the state or across the country or to another country, or, you know what I mean? Getting a divorce or losing someone. It's just like, it's the same thing. It's like your old self has gone away and it takes some getting used to. All right. That was a lot of gabbing right there, but needed to be said. We have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, but like, let's move on to the positivity though, because it looks like all these things that you invested are going to pay off or are paying off. Let me see here. Yeah, we have the Fool. We have new opportunities coming out to you. You might have some new dreams for yourself with this new look, new physique, whatever it is. And we have the Two of Swords here. Certain people have to get blocked off. Or some people might... I know. They're there. It's just sad. It's just sad when it's just like you basically leveled up out of your former life, and that includes former people that you love, and they can't come with you. It is what it is. And you can see that this is happening. You can see the intimacy between you and some people you may have used to care about or associate with, and how it's just not the same anymore. And that would be tragic. You know what I mean? Especially when it's just like, I'm the same person, I just look different. Um, so there. Yes. Go on ahead and talk to a therapist though, because you look good, girl or dude. So you're not going back to what you thought you didn't like before. And we have the Magician. Creating, manifesting. Spirit wants you to use all of this to your advantage still. Like, don't allow this to stop you, because you are going to be getting more opportunities. This Seven of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune under it, and we have the Fool. It's like, be ready for your close-up. The Hollywood side in the back, be ready. And Spirit wants you to use this to your advantage. Like, you didn't do all of this for nothing. You didn't work this hard for nothing to allow just the sadness of what has to be released to stop you from all this greatness that's about to come in, because you decided to dedicate yourself to bettering yourself. Okay? In whatever way that was. Here, we got the Emperor. Take advantage. Okay, but the Emperor in this deck is like a director, right? You see what I'm saying? There's going to be opportunities for you. Y'all, because some of y'all can get modeling gigs for real, or get into the acting industry or something like that, or where you are more visible. And again, it's great, because this is what you kind of expected. Like, this is what you kind of dreamed of with this Seven of Pentacles. It was like, if you see her, it's like, she's like, yeah, I finally did it. Like, you didn't put all this work in for nothing. So you clearly saw a life for yourself in this new body of yours, or a new look of yours, and that's coming or is here. So it's just like, dry the tears. I remember when I was going through something tragic, and I had just gone through a glow up myself, because it was like, financially though, it was like I had gone through a glow up. It was when I was first starting to buy luxury and all these things, but tragedy was happening all around me in my life, and with my family and things like that. And I just remember, I'm crying at the same time such wonderful things are happening to me. And I just remember saying, and for the tears, Dolce. And I would put on my Dolce sunglasses. So that's what you have to do, Look, she got sunglasses. That's so funny. I said that. I didn't even notice that. This is on top of this. So it's tears. And then the next card is like blocking that out. We got our glasses on. Okay? We're going to put on our shades for the tears. We'll hide them behind some Dolce and rock our fabulousness and just deal with life. And so that's what Spirit is like encouraging you to do, because you did not work that hard for no reason to let all the privilege, what they call the pretty privilege, pass you by. All right? It's bad enough you got to deal with the punishment of how people are going to treat you now. You might as well go ahead and get all the opportunities from this. So you're about to boss up with this Magician to Emperor. You're creating, you could be creating a platform for yourself, because this Emperor is like up on this chair, like up on a platform. So this new thing, I don't know, you could be talking about your journey to transformation. That's really big. You could make contents about it, but then also, like I said, get more opportunities, go into broadcasting, go into something where you're out in front, and these things are going to come to you. So yeah, you're manifesting that. Then we have the Two of Wands. Let me see something. And the Two of Pentacles. All these twos right here in this corner. So yeah, somebody also could be making plans for you. This Emperor Magician type thing, like, this is another thing. It's like I said, you're attracting a higher caliber of mate or partner, because you've been leveled up. So there's somebody who has their eye on you. And I'm not saying where they necessarily knew you before. So this could be somebody new coming into your life, or they see you or something and they have plans for you. And it's just like, don't hold yourself back because of, I'm seeing these associates or some sort of friend group. Like, this is where you guys all go out together. Like I said, and suddenly all the attention is on you. Don't hold yourself back. You got to talk to these people. You could have your new love in this group, okay? Or if not a new love, again, a new opportunity. You could be networking. Treat it as networking. Get to know people, because your next opportunity is going to come from this new league that you're in. And you can't let the sadness of these people who are upset about it hold you back. Can't happen. See, look, we have the 9 of Swords. Yeah. I'm so sorry that it feels like this for you. Like, I'm so sorry. You know, like, I only to a small degree know what this is like, because it's like sometimes if you lose weight, you still feel like you're in your old body, and you're like, did I lose the weight? You still feel the same a little bit. Like, I didn't even know that I needed new clothes, or like I didn't know I was back to my pre-pregnancy weight. I was just losing weight, and then like I went to this, I knew that my clothes were too big, but I had no idea how small I'd actually gotten. I'm like, oh, I think I maybe just lost a dress size. No, I lost several dress sizes, and I was suddenly back to my pre-pregnancy weight. So it's just like only to a small degree can I fathom, but this is like on another level with this tower in the first house, especially because I had already been there before and then I just came back. For you, or this is just completely new. And it's like, yeah, you need to take every full advantage of this new life. And I'm so sorry that like that one girl said, it's like, I expected to be so happy, but really I just feel like ish. It's like you're gonna have to do the inner work. Get your mind right. The Magician is the Mercury card, right? And it's just like you got to work on the mentals. Work on the mentals to match this new physique, this new life that you have, because with this new look of yours comes a new life. And I know that it's shocking for you, but it's like work on the mentality behind it so that you can fully take advantage of all the opportunities that are going to come from it. Take advantage of all that privilege, especially if you are a minority or something, and we always be complaining about how we don't have a privilege. Well, pretty is a privilege, and now you at least have that. Take advantage, okay? I know. Now, but why are you so worried though? Let me see. Is that you or somebody else? Yeah, worried about what people are gonna say. You can't do this to yourself. You really cannot. You really cannot. This is where it's like your intimate relations of the past, you're gonna have to choose. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. With all these twos, 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, you're gonna have to choose. Like, are you going to dim and constantly worry yourself about how they're gonna feel if you do this and this, that, and the other, and you're gonna look like the bad guy, and you cannot people please. I remember like I was watching this video, and one of the girls was talking about the pretty punishment, but she was like, and this is how you handle it. You don't be mean to them back. You be nice to them, and you show them that you care, and you do all this stuff. And I'm like, no, what the hell are you talking about? She was young, and I'm like, this person is young. She must not know the game. You do not go around people pleasing people who are sad about your success. That's not how that works. It's not going to make them feel better. That's number one. And it's like, it is not your job to, it's almost like enabling jealousy in a way. It's like, no, we're not doing that. And you can't dim to fit in. Do not go around trying to like make these people feel better about, they have to work that out in therapy. Okay. And, or that's your old life. And the new life is calling you. Okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. It's a new life. We have the Fool here. You got to get on to your new life. I know it's sad, but you cannot stay and hold yourself back because they are in devil energy. I mean, they might say things to you and you have to defend yourself, because that happens too. So maybe some of y'all need to go look up like pretty punishment and look up what people are talking about. But you have to like not accept that. You just can't. It just cannot happen. I will not let you. I won't allow it. Yeah, we got the Star and the 8 of Wands and the Chariot. You're about to take off. And the 8 of Pentacles. You're about to take off. You're about to get so many opportunities because you look good now. It is what it is. Take advantage of it. Oh my gosh. Somebody has plans for you. They are I don't want to spoil the surprise. You have somebody who's looking at you for long-term commitments. I'll just say that. They are conspiring for long-term commitment. Okay. They want to put you up in a house and give you a baby. Like, I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So be careful of that if that's not what you want. But you have somebody trying to give you some long-term commitment here. And so all of that might just be new to you. And you can't walk around feeling guilty. You just cannot. But you about to have so many opportunities, like especially like in work or business. So like I said, that's another thing I wouldn't go out of my way to tell these people anything or make them feel good, but you just be like, I'm networking. But they'll get mad at that too. Like they're going to resent the opportunities that this is why that Aquarius thing came up, because I had to say that in the Aquarius reading. Like they resent it's not even just that you look good. They resent the opportunities that are going to come to you because you look good. You can't fight that. There's a quote in the Bible like that. It's like, rage destroys and anger does this, but who can stand before envy? It's like envy kills people, seriously. And you can't kill yourself out here trying to suck up to these people, kiss up to these people, like, oh, don't be mad at me. That's your old life. You're going to have to see them as your old life. I'm sorry. They're in devil energy. And it's like causing you all kinds of worry. You need to get your mind right. You really do. I don't know how you're going to do it. You need to block these people. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is the end of the road. With this Wheel of Fortune and this Fool card, this is the end of the road. It's like love them from a distance, Y'all can stay in touch on social media. We got the Star card here, but you're gone. You have to go. The Eight of Wands and the Chariot and the Eight of Pentacles. Your flipping Chariot has arrived to take you off to new opportunities. So you can say goodbye to them and say hi to them on social media or whatnot, like their stuff, and that's about it. But they're not about to be your circle anymore because you have leveled up out of that. And I know that is a shock to you. You didn't realize that would happen. You were just on a glow up and trying to better yourself. But you're going to have to learn today. Let me go on ahead and get some oracle cards with this one. I'm going to go in with the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And I'm like, is that what was at the beginning of this reading? Or it's like you might feel like you have to go back and complete something. No, you do not. No, you do not. The only thing you need to go back to these people is to tell them goodbye, got an opportunity. I wouldn't even go back and tell them that. I'm sorry. I love you. Like, you might have to have a going away party. I don't know. But no, you can't go around people pleasing these. They won't be satisfied because, you gonna go back to who you were? That you desperately tried to get away from? Because the work you put in right here, Seven of Pentacles and the Magician, you put in work to change yourself. So clearly you weren't satisfied where you were before. And that is the only way that they will be satisfied, is if you were back in that position. So you're going to have to make a choice. This is the reality of what happens when you level up and other people don't. You're on to the next level. They are not. And it's unfortunate. You always hope that you can bring people along with you. It shouldn't be this big of a deal, but clearly it is for them. Yeah, you gotta go. I'm sorry. That's all these cards are pointing to. These are no longer your intimate connections. They're not your people anymore. Oh, and I was just watching Molly McCord, and she was talking about, this is in the astrology. Molly McCord, she's an astrologer. You can go check her channel out. She's a fabulous astrologer. And she was talking about relationships, and this is what's in the astrology right now. And that's what's in astrology right now. But at the time that you're watching this reading, it is significant for this energy. But relationships and the ones that are no longer serving us and the ones we have to let go of, that is very big right now. We have Sorceress. Exactly. You manifested this. You gonna spit in God's face after they gave you what you manifested? Hell to the no, you will not. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. You manifested this. That's what I'm saying. You put in work for this. Seven of Pentacles and the Magician, that's all manifestation energy. So it's like when God gives you what you ask for, Like, what did Moana say? It'd be pretty rude to deny a gift from a goddess. Like, you don't spit in God's face. I'm like, I can't have it because my friends. Okay, they were your friends. But now, no. Unconditional love, okay? Mary Magdalene. And it says, love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Exactly. It's like, see, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And it's like, you have to give this unconditional love to yourself. You can't go back and change just because your conditions in your life are changing now. That's what happens when you change. And this is what they should be giving you, but they're not. They're not. They're upset because of your glow up, and it's changing how they treat you or how you interact. And so that should tell you something. If their love for you has changed or diminished, or they're treating you differently just because of the way you look, that's not love. That's not. And therefore, they're not your people. But you have to continue loving yourself in this new outward appearance, no matter what the consequences may be. We have the arts. It says express yourself through creative activities. So yeah, you're gonna that might be a way that you can overcome this sadness energy by doing the hobbies that you love and stuff like that, practicing your art and stuff. It might be a little bit more lonely. It's always lonely at the top. This is why. Because you level up from the ones you used to love and who you thought used to love you. And they did used to love you when you were playing it small, but you're not playing it small anymore. But this also symbolizes that these are the opportunities, some of the opportunities that are coming towards you, like you being a star. And we have guardian. You need to protect yourself. That's what this Two of Swords is all about. And even at the bottom of this deck is these people in devil energy, in the Knight of Swords. That means they're talking, making you feel bad, putting you in this worried type energy. And behind that is the Nine of Wands, which is a protection energy. You need to protect your energy from these people because they're going to constantly try to make you feel bad for the new you and all that comes along with it. So it's just, they're no longer your group. It's sad, but true. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. And that's what you need to do. Get this protection. Protect yourself at the end of the day. Blossoming. You're blossoming, and your new life is blossoming. You're getting everything that you asked for, and you deserve to enjoy it. Again, you're going to have to mourn the past. Okay. Now you can do whatever you want to do. Well, I'm just telling you what spirit is letting you know right here. You don't slap God in the face when you worked so hard to get something. You don't be like, oh no, I can't take this opportunity. Oh no, I can't go to this marketing event. Oh no, I can't do that because my friends will be sad and they'll be jealous and I don't want to make them feel bad. You're going to play it small to preserve their childish feelings, enabling envy. No, they need to grow up, handle it in therapy. But at the end of the day, it is your job to go on your path. Okay? You're blossoming. It says you are just getting started. So have patience with yourself and the process. Do not give up, and do not give up. This is part of the process. You're going to have patience through it. And that was in that Aquarius reading. The patience card actually came out. It says go outside. Exactly. You got to be outside. Okay. You got to get seen. Okay. Yes. Everything you wanted, all the opportunities, they come in. Okay. It says transformation. Exactly. It's a change. You've changed on the outside, and so your world is changing. You have to anticipate that, but it looks like you didn't, but this is just part of the process, okay? And it says, High Priestess, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So that's what I was saying. Remember I was saying you could make content off of this or something like that? Like you can teach others who are going through this. It could be part of your whole flipping message now. You have a whole platform. Remember I said there's a platform here for you? Okay, talking about the changes that come along with when, you level up or when, you whatever it is. But I'm just saying this transformation is something now that you can teach because you've gone through this. So it's a learning lesson for you, but it's also a ministry for you because that's what our lessons become. What we go through becomes our ministry, becomes our testimony. So this is yours. But you got to protect yourself in the meantime, and you won't have the opportunity for that testimony if you don't take the opportunities that come because you're trying to satisfy these people who will only be satisfied if you go back to the way you were. And for some of y'all can't do that because y'all got the plastics done, y'all got the cuts done. It ain't gonna happen. You ain't putting that back in the box. All right. So I know it's hard. If you need to see a therapist or get books on it or watch the other content creators who make content about this stuff, because you're going to need to be strong, like that 9 of Wands that's at the bottom of this deck, so that you can take advantage of every opportunity that you manifested and that God has given you. Okay? Don't slap God in the face. All right? So that is a message that I have for you all, collective. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you got something beneficial from it. And I thank you for stopping by this reading. Please remember to like, share with someone who cares, save it to a playlist for future reference, hype this video up, and subscribe for more wonderful readings and luxurious eye candy such as this. And until next time, have a gorgeous day. Bye.